Hello, how are you all doing? So, I hope you all enjoyed your first story written by R.K. Narayan. So now we are going to start our second lesson. Okay? Dear students, do you know the name of the second lesson? Here is the name for all of you. What is the name of the story that we are going to read? The name of the story is Tommy's Missing Dollar. I repeat, Tommy's Missing Dollar. Right. Okay. Written by Louisa May Alcott. Fine. So, before we get into the story and start reading the text, I have a few questions for you. Whenever you want to do something, whose support do you take generally? Your family, your friends, or whose support do you really take? First question. Think about it. Okay. Second, so do you all enjoy going to school? Most of you would say yes, for many reasons. One, because you get to learn new things, you get to play a lot, you study, and then most important, for your friends, right? Yes, friends are very important in our life. If I say that, do you agree? Yes, they play a vital role in many ways. But do you think you really know how to choose a friend? Or how do we really get into this friendship? Is it because we have similar qualities? Or is it because they are reliable? Or is it because that you can trust them? There may be a number of reasons for your friendship, right? So in this story also, we are going to see such friendship, boys, school, especially boarding school and all of that. That is one reason I was asking all these questions. Good. So at the same time, also as an activity, try learning some synonyms for friend. Okay, nice. Now, Tommy's Missing Dollar. Why is the title Tommy's Missing Dollar? The title is aptly chosen because the story, the entire story, which is taken up, which is an extract taken from May Alcott's novel named Little Men. Okay, the story revolves around few boys, especially around Tommy and his missing dollar. Okay, when he loses a dollar, what happens? How friends react, and who is the one responsible, and all of that the story talks about. Okay. Before getting into the story, one more thing about, we all should know little about the author or the novelist. Okay. May Alcott has written few novels, and among them two are very, very famous. One, Little Women, and the sequel is Little Men. Okay, so there is even a movie which has come out of these novels, especially Little Men. Okay, you can try searching in the YouTube. You will be able to see a black and white movie based on this novel. Okay, so in the novel, it only revolves around the boarding school, the boys, the pillow fights, the orphans, what happens, who is the benefactor, and all of such things. Okay, we are not getting into all of that. We are only concentrating on the extract that we have, that is Tommy's Missing Dollar. Fine? Okay. So to begin with, we should know who all are involved, right, in the story. So let's see the main characters in this story. Fine. Yeah. The main characters, as you can see, one is Tommy. Second, Nat Blake. Third, Mr. Bayer. And then friends. And then Dan, Mrs. Bates and Jack. These are the main characters which you see in this particular prose part. Okay? So let us now start reading the text. Okay? Here is your reader, and let us all open page number 10. The Tommy's Missing Dollar. Okay, now I read for you. When young Nat Blake, a shy boy with a talent for fiddle, arrives at Professor Bayer's Plumfield Estate School, the others realize he has a tendency to tell small lies. Read to find out what happens when another student, Tommy, loses $1 and how the other students and Mr. Bayer handle the situation. So that is the summary of the story. In a very few words. The story happens, the situation or the setting of the story is Professor Bayer's Plumfield Estate School. It's a school, it's a boarding school. The whole story takes place in this school. Okay? There are few friends. One among them is Tommy, and he loses $1. Fine? Now let's get into the actual story. Tommy's hens were at the bottom of all the trouble. For if they had not persisted in laying so many eggs, Tommy could not have sold them and made so much money. And had Tommy not been spending money so recklessly, Mr. Bayer would not have been obliged to insist on savings bank and present Tommy with a private one, an imposing tin shaped like a building with a name over the door, and a tall chimney down where the coins had to go. Okay, so what happened in the first paragraph of our story? So there is a boy by name Tommy who has so many hens, and these hens, they continuously, the meaning of the word persistent is given in your textbook. Persistent meaning continue to do something. Okay, they consistently gave or laid eggs. Okay, and after selling these eggs, Tom used to get a lot of money. So he used to be so very reckless whenever it comes to spending the money. So Mr. Bayer, what did he say? He said you need to be careful with your money, and he asked him to have a small savings bank. So in your childhood, you must have seen kiddie banks and piggy banks, right? A small, in different shapes we get them. Like that, even here, Mr. Bayer, he himself presented Tommy a small imposing tin. Okay, imposing here meaning very impressive tin which has a chimney. Chimney, you know, it is like a long pipe from which all the smoke and everything comes out in the factories or in the houses, you can see, right? So an outlet, basically a smoke outlet. Like that, a small kiddie bank he has presented, and he has asked him to save all the money in that kiddie bank. Fine. Till now, is it clear for everybody? Okay. Now, if I put you a question, so what is the name of the boy? First. Second. How is he getting money? Think about it. Fine? Okay. Tommy kept amount of sums deposited and was promised that he might break the bank as soon as he had $5 on the condition that he spent the money wisely. Only $1 was needed, and the day Mrs. Bayer paid him for 4 dozen eggs, he was so delighted that he raced off to the barn to display the bride quarters to Nat, who was also saving money for a long desired fiddle. So, what was the condition? That he is going to save the money only when the condition was once the money come to an amount of $5, he can break it and take the money. But another rule by Mr. Bayer is that he's going to spend this money wisely, not recklessly like before. Fine. So he agreed to this contract, or he agreed to the point of Mr. Bayer. Fine. And he used to make a note of all the amount he used to place in that particular savings bank. So he was now very soon he is going to complete that $5. And who helped him completing that $5? It is Mrs. Bayer, who paid for 4 dozen eggs. So Mrs. Bayer has taken some eggs from the Tommy. Okay. So for that she paid him some amount. With that amount he could finish all $5. Now the boy is super excited. You know what? He can now break the kitty bank, right? And he went to express his happiness and he went to express his happiness to one of his friends by name Nat. You remember? Nat Blake, a shy boy, the same boy. He went to express his happiness. This Nat is very good with fiddle. You know what is a fiddle? It's a kind of a violin, a musical instrument. Okay? He was also saving money to buy a fiddle from a long time. Long desired fiddle. Long desired fiddle means he was waiting to buy this one from a very long time. Fine. Okay. Shall we now move to the next one? Hi boys. Come down to brook and see what a great snake Dan's got, called a voice from behind the barn. So when he went and was talking to Nat, what happened? Tommy showed his bride coins. Quarters means bride coins of money to Nat. When they were talking to each other, there was a voice from behind. What was the voice saying to them? Come soon, come to the brook. Do you know what is a brook? It's a small stream of water. Okay, and a boy by name Dan has got a snake. Okay, so let's go see that snake. He calls these two boys as well. Who are the two boys? One, Tommy, the other, Nat. Okay. Come on, said Tommy, and putting his money inside the old winnowing machine, away he ran, followed by Nat. What happened then? As soon as the voice has come from behind, Tommy asked even Nat, let's go, come fast. We'll see that snake. He was so fascinated to go and see this snake immediately, right? So what did he do? He has put his money near the winnowing machine. What is the winnowing machine? Because they all live in a village near the hostel, there's a kind of a field and all of that, and there near the fields you can find these winnowing machines. They grind the grains. Okay, when you grind the grain, it actually grinds all these grains and takes the chaff away from these grains. Okay, you all know rice and all. I'll show you a picture of all these things at the end of the video. Fine, right? Let's continue. I think it's getting interesting now. Let's know what happens next. But Again, what happened to the money? Where did he leave? He kept it near the winnowing machine. The snake was so very interesting and so absorbed Tommy's mind and time that he never thought of his money till he was safely in the bed that night. Okay, what happened? So when he went to the brook, he was so involved, so immersed and absorbed that he completely forgot about the money. Only when he went home and he was about to sleep, he remembered about that money. He recollected that time. So what did he think then? Never mind, no one but Nat knows where it is, thought the lad, and fell asleep. So he thought, not a problem, nobody knows about the money. Only Nat knows. I can take it tomorrow morning. Next morning, just as the boys assembled for the school, Tommy rushed into the room breathlessly and said, I say, who has got my dollar? So, the boy Tommy came to the school breathlessly. Okay, like that. And he asked directly all his friends, who has my dollar? So something happened, right? Now he's questioning his friends. What are you talking about? Asked friends. Okay, so one of the boys asked friends. He asked, what are you talking about? We have no idea. Tommy explained and Nat supported his statement. So Tommy started trying to tell what happened, and because Nat knows what happened, he was also supporting his statements. Then everyone else declared they knew nothing about it and began to look suspiciously at Nat, who got more and more alarmed and confused with each denial. Somebody must have taken it, said friends, as Tommy shook his fist at everyone. So what happened when they told the story? When Tommy explained what happened previous day, everybody started suspecting Nat. Suspecting means started doubting, started having a feeling that maybe he's the one, okay, who was taken, because he was the only one who knows about the money, right? So that was happening. But when all of this was happening, Tommy was getting really angry. He was doing something with his fist like this. Okay, then. Keep cool, Tom. We shall soon find out, said Dan. Okay, there's another boy by name Dan. He said, keep cool. We will find it soon. Don't worry. Whoever it was had better tell and not wait to be found out, said Demi. There's another boy by name Demi who said that, okay, whoever it is, better they come out all by themselves, otherwise they may be in trouble. I know you think it's me, broke out Nat, red and excited. So now all of a sudden, Nat said, maybe you're thinking it's me, and he broke out. He started getting really emotional, started actually crying. You all think it's me. Okay. You are the only one who knew where it was, said friends. I can't help it. I didn't take it, cried Nat. So, when everybody was telling something or the other, Nat said, I can't help it. I didn't take it. He was crying out aloud. Gently, my son, there came a voice all of a sudden. What is all this noise about? Asked Mr. Bear, walking in. Tommy repeated the story of his loss, and as he listened, Mr. Bear's face grew very grave. So, what happened? So, Mr. Bear the teacher has come, right? So he explained. Now again, Tom explained the series of incidents, one after the other, to Mr. Bayer, and he became very serious, and he started thinking deeply about it now. Okay, so we will see what happens next in the next module. Okay, so now what are the different things that happened in the story? Let's quickly revise. So there's a boy by name Tommy, right? And another boy by name Nat Blake, who is interested in fiddle. Tommy has so many hens, and with those hens and the eggs, he makes a lot of money, and he was spending recklessly. That's why Mr. Bayer asked him to have a small kiddie bank which he is managing. Once he get $5, he said he would break the kiddie and take the amount and spend that wisely. So when all of this planning has been done, when he got $5, what happened? So one of his friends called them to come down to a stream, to the brook, to watch a snake. And they are so absorbed and they forgot the money at the winnowing machine, and what happened next we do not know. But now the dollar is missing. So now everybody is suspecting Nat. Okay, there are such situations in our school as well and outside the society as well, right? Do you all agree? So what happens next? We'll keep it to the next module. Fine. Now, so there are some textbook meanings which you all can look into when you read the text, but there are few meanings which were not described. So I have to give the vocabulary for all of you. So improving vocabulary is very, very important, right? So there are words like fiddle. It's an old word. Nowadays we just call it a violin. Okay. Then there is a word chimney, about which I explained to you already. And then there is a word which is used in the middle of the paragraph, race off. Okay, so Tommy raced off to get to that kiddie bank, right? So that race off means hurry away, quickly you're moving somewhere. Then barn, next one. What is it? It's a farm. It's kind of a building where they all store the grains, rice grains and all of that. Okay, in our India you can see these places like if you have visited rice mills, you will see the storage, where do they keep all of these things, right? That kind of a place. And then finally a word like brook. Okay, a small stream. So this is about the words. Okay, so that is our module for today. I hope you all will remember the story very well, and some of you will start reading the next what happens next as well. But yeah, let's continue in the next module. And before you all leave and I leave, let me give you a homework. So what's your homework? So your homework is to write a small note on friendship. Okay, you're writing a small note on friendship describing your friend in about 50 to 100 words. And what is that you're going to describe in that? You're going to talk about why do you like the person, then the qualities, and how do you spend time, okay? And you can also share the best memories. Fine? So when you are doing this, also remember that you should note, I have given here. One thing is very important. Whenever you are writing something and writing skills is given to you, you should always use good vocabulary, okay, and also phrases. Fine, you can start the note with a good quotation on friendship, okay, good thoughts on friendship. Fine. If you are looking for a fun activity, you can also think of making a small kiddie bank or a piggy bank with handmade papers or some DIY we say, right? So you can make your own small savings bank and start saving money, because saving money is a very important and a good quality that in olden days people used to do it. Nowadays we stopped doing, but even now I suggest that we all should have this quality. I hope you really learned something and you will remember all the points which I told. Thank you.